What's New at NIACC, and Joe is with us. He is the tool and die instructor. Good morning, Joe.
Morning, Jay. How you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. A reminder, the complete video interview is on our website, 987kisscountry.com, and we're going to go over a couple of different things. What is it you do there, Joe? Besides the tool, what does a tool and die instructor do?
Well, that's a pretty complex question. I'm sure we'll get into that a lot more as we go here. I'm the second-year instructor. It's a 2-year program, so we have a first-year instructor and second.
Okay.
And I just teach the back half of it, I guess.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the general machinist program and the tool and die technology degree program.
The general machinist is a 2-semester diploma that takes the first year of the program. So the first 2 semesters of the tool and die program, you are able to earn your general machinist diploma. And that's all done with the first year instructor. And then if you choose to move on in the program and take the 3rd, 4th, 5th semester, which would be the summer, fall, spring of the second year, that's how you earn your tool and die technology degree in total. The difference between the two, general machining and the general machinist diploma, is kind of the very basis for the tool and die degree in total. It's more setting up manual machines and doing the actual cutting and the actual building parts and stuff like that. It's just a little bit more simplified. It's not quite as complex. It doesn't have quite as much of the computer controlled machinery involved in it, as well as the design and programming aspect that the actual tool and die degree actually has.
So, Joe, what companies, for example, would use a machinist?
Every time you hear the term manufacturing, right? That's a pretty big buzzword these days. Advanced manufacturing, things like that. This is basically the skilled side of manufacturing. Not necessarily being out on a production floor, but supporting the production floor and keeping all of that mass production running all the time. So any of the companies in North Iowa, and I mean, we could make a list as long as your arm of all those companies that are mass producing anything.
Yeah. So tool makers, there's some of those around here too?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. There's a lot of those large production facilities that I was talking about that have what's called a tool room. And in the tool room, you have tool makers that are supporting the production out on the floor.
Sure.
Keeping all those machines and all that tooling running all the time. Not only that, but there are quite a few shops in the area that just produce tooling, and that's all they do. They don't run production at all. They take tooling from other companies all over the world and build and fix those tools and work on them for them.
So who's this good for, or who's it fit?
What kind of a person? Is that what you're kind of
yeah. Yeah.
Well, the kind of person that we are looking for are people that are technical, creative, kind of have maybe an artful side to them, good problem solvers. Math is a big part of what we do. So having applicable math skills. I mean, we're not talking about calculus or anything too in depth or anything like that, but geometry, trigonometry, things that really apply, because all the math we do, we're actually building those parts and pieces, and that you're holding on to them. They're right in front of you, so it's not all theoretical.
Yeah. So what kind of careers does this lead to?
I would say most of our graduates get a job in a tool room, being tool makers, but that definitely can lead to other avenues as well. And that means a lot of them can get into things like engineering, design. If you don't really like working out in the shop, getting dirty every day, if you will, for lack of a better term. There's a lot of guys that like to, work on the computer in the office and stuff like that. So there's a lot of those jobs too. It's very broad. Very broad. It's not just you went to tool and die, so I'm going to have to be a tool and die maker the rest of my life. That's definitely not how it works. You're definitely going to have the skill set to work on a production floor if that's what you like. And there's a lot of people that enjoy the consistency of knowing what they're doing every single day and stuff like that, and that's awesome too. But we also give you the skill set to work in a very highly skilled position like a tool maker or design, stuff like that.
So are they good paying jobs, and can you find a job around here right out of college?
Oh, absolutely. There are jobs right here in North Iowa. We have students working all over the country. But we still have a lot of great jobs right here in North Iowa also. Good paying ones. I had a student just graduate this May. He's working right here in North Iowa, making $22 an hour, and he's 19 years old.
Wow.
That's a pretty good start, I think. And I'd be very surprised if the next 4 or 5 years he wasn't making closer to $30 an hour.
Wow.
It's very fast growing. It's very much in demand. We just had a company in right here in North Iowa come present to our students this week, and we asked how many positions they had open. And they said, "Well, if we could hire 5 or 6 today, we would." So it's
Wow.
and that's just one place, and that's definitely a story we're hearing everywhere. That's not just them.
Well, that's excellent. So, like I mentioned, the What's New at NIACC is done every week, and we have the full video interview on our website, 987kisscountry.com. Joe, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today and explaining what tool and die and the machinist, what the difference is and how people can get educated.
You bet. Thanks a lot, Jay.